just one of the kind of tools that I like to use. It's just a long leash or long line. And it's just kind of nice for not having your dog run away from you if you practice somewhere that's kind of open.
Yeah. And this is a thing that I imagine he'll just run. Right? Like,
and some dogs will. I think with him, because his recall has been pretty good with me, I don't think you guys will have too much of a problem.
Kim actually this weekend took him and did the tennis ball with the thing, and she said it was no problem.
Yep, good. So part of recall, what Crumlin called is making sure that we're being positive about it. And when I say positive, it's kind of one of the parts of that means if if you were at work and your boss came out and went, I need you to get in my office right now, you'd probably be like, don't really want to go in there. But if your boss came out and was like, hey, I got something awesome to show you, can you come in my office? You're going to be like, yeah. So that's how dogs are. If we're like, Blue, get back here, you're not supposed to be, going to be like, nope, not coming back. So even though we might have to like grit our teeth, like I have to do with one of my dogs when he gets out, and just be like, we have to try to stay positive. And we have to be happy and loud. And one of the other things that we can do to get them back to us is we're going to do lots of movement, lots of noise. And when I say movement, basically running away from them is a good way to get them to actually chase you. A lot of times, hey, so a lot of times when you get dogs that, if you've seen like lost dog posters and stuff, they'll say do not chase. And that's the reason for it is because most dogs will either run out of fear, maybe not from the owners, but or they're running because they think it's a game, and they go, yeah, this is so much fun, because to them, they're going to keep running, they're going to look behind, they're going to go, yep, he's still following me, we're still having a great time. Well, meanwhile, you're like, get back here!
Yeah, right.
But a lot of times if we were to just stop and turn and go, oh my God, he's being lazy today. But stopping and running away from them, making noise, there's a lot of things that we can basically do to be more distracting than the current distraction. So one of the easiest, hey, drop it. Yes, good boy. One of the easiest way that I do recall is basically by using name game to get their attention and then running backwards and making clapping. I don't really know what comes out of my mouth half the time. Sometimes it's just random words, but a lot of times I try to just do puppy, 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 something kind of high pitched and something that's going to get through to them. So one of the things I can do is get his attention on something else. Blue, come! So, and when he gets back to me, I treat him. Some dogs I will recommend that when they get back to you, grab their collar, but those are usually dogs that do flybys. Basically, they're like, yeah, I'm here, see ya, and they keep running. He does a pretty good job of just kind of coming up and stopping or sitting. So the other kind of part of this too, of recall, is making sure that we're staying consistent. And that's kind of where the long line can come in. And even if you don't have a long line, consistency means every time we call them, we're going to make sure that they come to us, or we at least make them come back. We're never going to just recall and basically be like, oh, they didn't come, he'll come when he's ready.
Yeah.
Because otherwise the dog's going to start to learn that over time. He's going to go, oh, well, every time he says, hey, come here, he just kind of go, and I go, no, I don't want it right now. He always leaves me alone, so why would I want to come back to him?
Yeah.
So, if there was an event where he's wearing the long line and I went, Blue, come, and he wasn't listening, I could actually use the long line, not to drag him to me, but I'll actually just use it to communicate. Like, hey, I'm over here, come back. Otherwise, if he isn't on a long line, it just means, you call him, he doesn't come, you just walk up, and maybe you can stop like right here and try to get his attention. Blue, come here, come here. He still doesn't come, then you're gonna actually physically walk up and just be like, Blue, come here. He's like, I don't want to get up. But in some way, trying to get him to know, like, hey, this isn't optional. I called you. You need to come back.
Yeah. Following through on your ask.
Yeah. Yep. So his recalls are really good. One of the other things too, that's kind of an important part, just like with the walking, is using our lead-ins. So in the event that, like, if he went running over to Lola over there, hey.
Almost there.
And I was like, Blue, come, and he didn't want to come. What I could do is, Blue, leave it, come. And hopefully by then he should turn his head and come back to me. If not, then I can use the long line to kind of give him a gentle nudge and tell him what I want him, or let him know that he needs to come back. Hey, leave it. You're full of spunk today. Sorry. Any questions on recall?
No. It all makes sense.
Okay. So for drop it's pretty easy. See if I can get him. There we go. Yeah, you like this toy. Yeah. So, just like with recall, I like to keep drop it pretty positive too. And basically what that means is when I ask him to drop it, I'm not going to just take it away permanently, because I don't want him to learn that, oh, when I hear the word drop it, it goes away forever and I never get it back. So I usually keep it pretty positive. And basically how I'll do it is I'm going to say the cue, drop it, and then I'm going to present something of higher value to him. Blue, drop it. Oh, yes, good boy. So the whole goal behind presenting something of higher value is a lot of times when they're first learning this, they won't drop it right away. So then you show them the food. So it'd be, Blue, drop it, and I show him the food. He drops the toy, eats the food, and then I basically will just pick up the toy, and then, okay, and he gets it right back. I keep it pretty easy on him. You know, in the first couple times, if you guys are saying, Blue, drop it, he's kind of staring at you, use the treat. Bring the food out, drop it. Yes. But if he is just kind of dropping it right away, what I actually want you guys to do, instead of presenting the food, just, Blue, drop it. Yes. And now give him the food, just because we don't want to teach him based off of a bribe. Basically, hey, you give me that, I'll give you the food. Mainly because then what'll happen is you'll end up with a dog that you go, drop it, he'll go,
where's the food?
Yeah,
so when do I use drop it? I understand leave it, like, hey, he's grabbing a Coke can that he shouldn't have, that I want to take away forever.
Yep.
When do I use the drop it?
So drop it is going to be sort of whenever you want. So the whole point about keeping it positive is, you know, you can use it for toys. You know, if you just want him to, if you're playing like fetch with him, maybe he runs up with the ball and he has this quick ball, drop it, and then his reward is you get to pick up the ball and he gets to play with it.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
But the reason why we like to train them in a super positive and showing them, hey, this isn't going away forever, is because we're saving that for that one moment that maybe we do have to drop it and take away something forever. So like I drop ibuprofen on the ground, which can kill dogs. Okay, hey, buddy, drop it, and he spits it out. Good job, and then I pick it up and throw it in the garbage.
Versus leave it means that Coke can you're not allowed to have.
Yeah, and leave it would be in the event that, so drop it would be actually for if leave it didn't work. So I was like, leave it, too late. Drop it, good boy. So there's plenty of uses for it.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's always up to the owners. But obviously, with anything, leave it should be the first option, and it's just in case leave it doesn't work.
Okay.
You know, and again, it's fun. It's fun too because we can, like with my dogs. My dog goes crazy for frisbees, so. But he doesn't like to drop them because he gets so like, I love this frisbee, it's the best frisbee ever. So I usually will be like, drop it, and now he's gotten a lot better because he's learned that when I say drop it means, hey, Dad's gonna throw it again. Do you want to continue having fun? Yes. Okay, I'll drop it, and then I throw it again, and then you know the fun continues. And then usually what I'll do is I'll save that one moment where I'll be like, drop it, and I'll pull out a random treat, he'll drop it, and then I put it away. And the reason why I do it in that order is because I actually am trying to keep that frisbee as like a high value reward for him, so I can use it as training. Because otherwise, it just becomes some old frisbee, and then it kind of loses its magic.
Good.
So, as far as both his recall and his drop, it's for me.